Each mistake you make is one step closer to success. It's as simple as that. And if you are persistent enough and consistent enough and have the right mind frame, then there's no chance you can fail. Being able to rely on yourself, especially in times of need, is absolutely crucial in order to help strengthen and fortify your mental health. And it is a cornerstone of having good, solid self-esteem. And relying on yourself doesn't mean that you're becoming isolated or rejecting others. It simply means that you are developing an internal sense of stability and safety, and have a suite of resources that you have available to help you to get through difficult times. Because the less you can rely on others during difficult times, the more control you will have and more power you will have in terms of being able to get through with resilience and self-compassion. While part of life's wondrousness is to rely on others, we cannot control how other people behave. So they may not always be available for us. So if you find yourself as someone who's relying on others maybe a bit too much, or for certain things that you always feel let down by, then this video is for you, because this is going to help you to learn more about the importance of relying on yourself, asserting your own independence, and what techniques you can use to help you do that. Self-reliance is when you trust in your own abilities, in your own judgment, and are able to count on resources that will help you get through any moment in life. Being self-reliant will allow you to experience life with reduced stress, reduced anxiety, and a deeper sense of empowerment, because these all feed into becoming a resilient person and therefore learning that you are capable on your own and you have what it takes to face life's challenges. We want to increase a sense of responsibility and ownership of everything we do and all the actions we take. Minimize us blaming others or coming up for reasons why certain things didn't happen the way we wanted, but just simply owning it, accepting it, and finding a way forward. The key components to being self-resilient are: you firstly need self-awareness. I've always said self-awareness is the beginning point of any change you want in your life. You need to be self-confident. You need to trust your gut instincts, which is something we don't really think about often. We just rely on our senses to communicate to us if something feels off. And taking responsibility. You can create 4 journal entries against each of those columns. You can make each of those a column and write down how much of that thing you think you have. How self-aware do you think you are? How much responsibility do you take on? Do you feel you trust your gut instincts enough? Do you consider yourself to be self-confident? Really analyze your life in terms of those categories to find out, are you self-reliant? Are any of these areas missing? Is there any work you can do to strengthen those areas? This is the work I do quite a bit of a time with my clients. I support them through that process, through understanding what things they can address, what things work for them, and they always report back feeling better, being able to manage their relationships better, handling things better at work, and feeling better overall. If I'm going to simplify the strategies that you can use, I'll categorize it into 3 areas in terms of developing self-reliance. The first one is to engage in problem solving. So you need to use the logical side of your brain that helps you to solve problems, carve a way forward, learn from your failures and mistakes, allow you to get to the goal you want to achieve, or to allow you to carve your way through life. Because life is going to present challenges that are not being anticipated. In terms of the challenges we need to think through, it really helps to develop your cognition and your rational mind in terms of problem solving, figuring things out, so that you rely on others for that less. The second category, which is, I would argue, the most important category, is your emotional health, your emotional resilience, and your emotional intelligence. So that requires many things. It requires self-awareness. It requires you to sit in the discomfort. It requires you to ask your feelings and emotions, what's going on, where are you coming from, what do you want? So these are things that are quite difficult to do, and it's easier to instead distract yourself or to avoid that altogether, because we think if we avoid it, it will go away. And of course it doesn't. It's just waiting for the next situation to come up and to surprise you and to catch you off guard again. So in order to help become self-reliant in terms of your emotions, you need to develop emotional intelligence. Absolutely crucial. And the way you develop emotional intelligence, much like an IQ, is to be aware of how you're feeling and what impact your feelings are having on your behaviors and your ability to function. And you have to circle and highlight the areas that are causing you the most distress or disruption, and deep dive into each of those areas, what strategies you can do or what support you need in order to help you with that. And this is exactly what counseling is designed for. The third area is to look after your health with self-care and setting boundaries. So looking after your physical health is absolutely crucial, making sure you get enough sleep, a good diet, and good exercise, movement, not just being behind a screen all day or not moving. Get your body moving, get the lymphatic system in action, get the blood flowing, get your cardiovascular system conditioned. Really take care of yourself, because it goes beyond just what we're thinking and problem solving and what our emotions are telling us. It's about looking after our physical health, because we are one complete package. Set boundaries with others. This ties into developing emotional intelligence, because we are aware of what we are willing to tolerate and what we are not willing to tolerate. So setting boundaries is absolutely crucial, not just in terms of self-preservation and helping to protect your emotions and your own physical space, but actually it's a clear sign of you being assertive and prioritizing your own independence and authority. You're going to face challenges of fear of failure, comparing yourself to others, or even getting external validation. Now, the whole point of becoming self-reliant is that we can reduce the chances and urges for us to get validation externally, meaning, someone tells us we've done a good job or that we're doing the right thing. At the end of the day, we are the ones who are going to live our lives with the actions we've taken. So it's important that we take full accountability and responsibility for what we do, how we act, and how we look after ourselves in that process. You may compare yourself to others, and this is one very quick way of looking externally, and you can click on my video up there because I talk about envy in quite some depth and how you can overcome it. And a fear of failure. I have a fear of failure. I've always had a fear of failure. It's stopped me from progressing. And looking back, I could have gone so much further than I am now in terms of my career, in terms of my business development. Fear of failure has really stopped me. And it's something that I've been getting to grips with in my personal journey and learning to really understand better and utilize to my advantage, like turn it into a positive. So me doing these videos is an attempt to address that. But fear of failure you are going to experience, and just reframe your perception of it. Each mistake you make is one step closer to success. It's as simple as that. And if you are persistent enough and consistent enough and have the right mind frame, then there's no chance you can fail. Comment below what self-reliance means to you. I'm really curious to know, because I wonder, of the things I've spoken about in this video, most of it will probably seem obvious, but there may be some things that are unique to your life situation that count as not being self-reliant, as things you may want to address. So please comment below. Please like and subscribe. There's going to be plenty more content coming out, and I'll see you in the next one.